Okay, welcome to this week's video. Something a little different. I'm going to do a review of the Brightside TopSide helmet light. This is normally for bicycle helmets, but we've modeled it to work with electric skateboard helmets, and I'm going to show you how to attach it to the Ruroc and to a standard skateboard helmet. The hack to attach it to the Rurocs, full credit to a friend of mine called Radim. I shall link his channel in the description. He showed me how to do this, so yeah, like I said, full credit there. Also, for full disclosure, Brightside did send me these lights for free, but this is not a paid advertisement, this is my own review. Right, let's open up a box and have a look inside. So they come with the light attached to this clip, like this. You don't need that. Okay, in the box comes a couple of cable ties, no real need for these, a couple of rubber bungees, another clip, charging cable for your USB, instructions, and a light. If you're going to attach these to the Ruroc, you'll need the light obviously and the clip that comes inside the box. And if you're going to attach them to a standard skateboard helmet, then you will need obviously the light, the clip in the box, plus one of these rubber bungees that comes in the box as well. A quick mention of the light first. It's got a white light at the front, red light at the back, and various different modes, so you can have the front on and the red flashing, both red and white on, both red and white flashing, and various combinations of the two. Depending on how you use the light, it varies the battery length dramatically. My own personal favourite is to have a solid white light at the front and then have the rear flashing. This gives you about 14 hours of battery life. If you were to put both lights on solidly, this will bring the battery lifetime down to about 2.5 hours. There's also a difference in lumens, the two modes, which I can't remember off the top of my head. So both of them on 30 lumens each. If you have constant white on, it's 15 lumens with the red flashing at 30. And then if you want the white light only on, it shines at 50 lumens. I'll do a little bit more on this later, but basically if you really need some extra light, then turn the rear one off and increase the brightness of the front, and when you've got it on your helmet you can see where you're going quite well. Get rid of the bits we don't need. Okay, so firstly, to attach to the Ruroc, which is what I ride most frequently, this can seem like a little bit of a painful operation the first time you do it, because you feel like you're slightly destroying your helmet. But yeah, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. So on the side of your helmet here you have a little bit of mesh. I hope you can see the black against the black okay. So what you need to do is just gently push this webbing in so it comes slightly away from the helmet. It's very well attached. Ruroc have done an excellent job of attaching this. So just gently push the webbing in slightly so it comes away from the helmet at the bottom, and same at the top, just push gently. If you're afraid of putting it in too far and wrecking your helmet, you can put your hands just inside and then just push against your own fingers just enough for it to come away. Once it's moved a little bit, take the clip I mentioned earlier. Can you see that one okay? And then you just put it into the gap, so sideways, so it fits in, and then you just need to turn it so it so it fits in neatly. And that's it. It's as simple as that. If you're having a hard time, let's get a bit closer. If you're having a hard time pushing the webbing away, you can just put the clip in and then just gently just keep turning it until eventually it gives way and it will twist. It'll twist into place there. I find it's better to have it as far back as you can as well. This way the two clips on the attachment grip into the helmet much better. It's as simple as that. One on one side, and because I've got two lights, I just did one on the other side. Take your light and simply clip it into the helmet. Same on the other side. And it's as easy as that. Let's just turn this on. So I have mine, I don't know if you can really see, solid white at the front, and I have red flashing on the rear. So to operate the light, you just push and hold the top button, and then this will turn it on to the mode you last had it, and then you can simply tap the button on the top to change the modes between solid lights and flashing lights. This is quite easy to do when they're attached to your helmet. You can feel the lights attached roughly where your ears are, so it's quite easy to find the buttons when it's attached to your helmet. The attachment to a standard skateboard helmet is pretty easy. You don't feel like you're going to do any damage to it, although it's a little fiddly to use one of these rubber bungees. You need to get the bungee in two holes that are directly in line with each other. If you, let's see, so this one and this one behind it, and if you use two lights, this one and this one behind it. If you take the easy option and use the two together, your light is going to sit like this and it's not going to shine directly in front of you, so you need to use the two holes that are totally in line. So you take the one that's sitting like this, take your bungee and just clip it on to the hooks provided. You're then going to put your bungee through the holes that mentioned, and pull it through. I find it easy to put as much of the clip as you can into the hole. This gives you a bit more bungee to play with on the inside of your helmet here. Then you're just going to pull the bungee so it comes out of this hole here. There you go. Take the clip. Attach the bungee to the back of the clip, and then simply plug the light straight on the top. There you go. Just push the button. So it's as easy as that. As you can see, it just takes a couple of minutes to attach the topside helmet light straight to either of the two helmets. Currently, I haven't found a way to attach these to something that just has a solid smooth surface like the TSG Pass but I did speak to the guy who owns the company, and there may be a different kind of clip in development with something like a 3M sticker on the bottom where you can just stick it straight on like a GoPro mount or something like that. So then you should be able to attach it to any kind of helmet. So if you have a TSG Pass or something like a solid smooth helmet, watch this space. There'll be some kind of clip coming up. But for a standard helmet or the Ruroc, this is a simple, dead simple attachment. I guess all that remains now is to wait for night time. We'll take the lights out and give them a try. So as you can see, riding around the streets, the lights increase the visibility of the rider incredibly. Normally we just have the lights on the trucks of the board, which is fine for illuminating where you're going, but not so good for visibility of the rider. The addition of these lights is absolutely incredible. As you can see from the footage, you couldn't miss it. The red flashing on the back, I think at 100 lumens, incredibly bright with one each side of the helmet. Fantastic results. When I took it out through the woods and then I rode through a really dark field, my GoPro had a hard time picking up the path in front of me because it was actually pitch black. The results of the lights were a little bit better than you could see on the video. They're not perfect for lighting up the way in front of you, but they are pretty damn good when it's zero visibility. I'd recommend putting them on the front light as bright as you possibly can. Yeah, I had no trouble getting around, getting home, and the lights saved me for some pretty nasty potholes on the way. So we're in September now. Sunset I think is about 7:30, and it's going to get darker and darker and darker every single day. So I'd seriously recommend picking up something like this. Like I said, this is not a paid advertisement. This is my own personal review, and I'm incredibly happy with these lights. I've already seen 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 of our riders wearing them. If you buy a light direct from Brightside themselves, I think the guy's putting in a free buff because the nights are getting colder. The little ones you can wear around your neck or pull up around your ears and your face to keep you warm. The code will be in the description. If you buy direct from him, I think for the next few months he will throw in a free buff with every light ordered. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.